Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year. Wow, I hope everyone enjoyed that little year in review, and welcome to the very first Mini Prints Monthly Live of 2024. And I'm still struggling with 2024. It's odd to say. As you can see, I'm in full black and white. I have my full Dr. Mini on tonight. Because you will be seeing a number of Dr. Mini things tonight. I have a very, very special guest in the basement who I will bring up momentarily. And tonight you're going to see the world premiere of the return of the incredible shrinking model railroader. And I'll be watching that with you, with our special guest in the basement. We're going to do a little bit of a look back and a look forward to the upcoming year. I will unveil the very first mini print of 2024. But before we do all of that, as you all know from watching all of the crazy fun Mini Prints monthly lives, we need to do two things before we start. The first thing is welcome everyone. And I see that there's a ton of people here. So I will try to go very back to the very beginning and see who the first person was in. And it could be Sean's Pennywise and Miser Railroad. The early bird does get the cookie here. So welcome Sean, welcome Stephen Wagner, Sean Rogers, Mike H.O. Trains, John Garvin, Sparky 107. I still want to know why you always look so surprised in your Helix. Almar, welcome. Dave Hammer, Steve Moskin, Almar is here. Who else do we have here? Dave Hammer, Joe Rader, welcome. Jim Dustin, Curly, Dwight Curly's Express, John Plott, Joe Rader, and many others as I scroll down the list. John Train. There are lots of Johns today. Ray Ron, how are you? Yes, someone did steal the color from my stream, but we will get back to that. We are back in the Technicolor 1950. You got that right, Mike. It's B-movie time around here. No Spike Mike is here. Oh, Andre, welcome. Rick Smith is here. And I could go on. If I haven't mentioned you personally by name, put a pithy comment up and I'll share it on screen. And I will welcome people, or I will try to welcome people as they come in. So after welcoming people, as you all know, it's very important to go and choose the beer for the evening. And in order to do that, I need to share a screen. And I've wished everyone a Happy New Year. All right, tonight we have 4 beers. 2 I think are new, and 2 I think we've seen on the channel before. Let me tell you a little bit about them. As always, you will determine which beer I drink. We'll start off with the Winter Spice Blonde. It's a pear, apple, cinnamon, clove, biscuit blonde ale coming in at 4.8% alcohol. After that, and this is, I'll tell you right now, this is the one I want to drink. So vote early, vote often. Group of Seasons Greetings. It's a Canadian pub ale, 5%, balanced, clean, and refreshing. If that doesn't tickle your fancy, the good old export stout, that's always a favorite. Dark, balanced, dry, and roasty, coming in at 7%. And please, please, please have pity on me, because I know you're always choosing the one that has the most alcohol. The Area, which is a bourbon barrel aged. Say that quickly. Bourbon barrel aged black saison with cherry, grape skins, and vanilla. It sounds absolutely delicious, but it's coming in at a wicked 9%. So if you want me to slur my speech more than I normally do, that's the one to vote for. So start voting, vote early, vote often. And I promised the guest in the basement that I would have him on pretty much after this. So let's see, we've got, well, the group of, thank you for voting for the, a Pilsner, okay. We got a Winter Spice. CP, thanks for voting for the Group of Season. And the reason is, and I'm not going to be able to drink. I'm never going to be able to read the label. Founders of Canada's first art movement, the Group of 7, are widely considered to be masters of Canadian landscape art. So this beer, I guess, is to honor the Canadian Group of 7. So that's what interested me about that. But let's see. So Mike says Group of Seasons. Hey, Anthony, that's great. Group of Seasons greetings. We've got a Winter Spiced. Yes, the Area does look good. We got a Winter Spiced. Who said all 4? Jared, welcome. I promise you, as I promise every month, I will drink all 4. The question is, which order do I drink them in? Oh, thanks, hon. My wife is on. You know, dear, that I do have to get in the car and drive home to you after this broadcast. All right. Jeff Schultz, welcome. Spiced Blonde. So I think, oh, okay. I like this idea. So Joe Rader is suggesting that I give the 9% Area to the guest in the basement. So I might have to do that. So let's see. Bruce, welcome. Bruce is voting for the Area. ITLA. I will be discussing you later in the broadcast. Welcome tonight. All right. Option 5. Oh, Dave Hammer doesn't drink. I think I remember that. If you don't drink it, bring it to Springfield. I don't know whether I'm allowed to bring these across the border, but I will look into that. Maybe I'll have to ask our guest what the rules are. Sparky says, maybe after drinking many beers, the group of 7 painted better. I think they painted really well. Welcome, Sue, group of seasons. All right. Buffalo Bob, welcome. Molson Golden. All right. I think the Pierre is here. Wow, everyone's just coming in. Welcome. I'm going to drink the group of seasons because I want to. And the nice thing, Artie, and welcome. I'm looking forward to meeting you in Springfield for the first time. The good news is, and let me go full frame here. If I do ever get into a situation where I don't want to drive home, the home is about a 15-minute walk from the office, and I can leave the car. So it's not the end of the world. It's just kind of cold out. So this, and you can see it in all of its lovely color, is the group of seasons greetings. I will wish you all a season's greetings. And for those of you who have just joined, a happy new year. And let's move on. Well, that's quite nice. So tonight is very much two things. It is a look back, as we did with that little 5-minute introduction. If you missed the introduction, I will post it on the YouTube channel in its entirety. I tried to stick to pretty much pictures of everyone who we saw over the year. So hopefully you saw yourself in there. And you can watch that on the rebroadcast or on YouTube. Why tease us and say we can see it all its color? Okay, well, Steve, yeah, exactly. There is nothing wrong. Do not adjust your sets. So we've looked back a little bit. And when it comes to looking back, it really was an absolutely amazing year. As I mentioned, I think last time, I can't believe that there were such amazing travel opportunities and shows. And I think if I had to describe 2023 as anything, I would say that it was definitely the year of shows. And of those shows, a few really stood out. And you can see where I'm going here. Before we talk about the shows, after the guest, who I will bring on in a moment, I've got a little quiz. Which of these 3 do you think was the best-selling mini print of 2023? Was it the Edge 1, looking over the edge of the abyss? Was it the wood chipper? Or was it the Mini Prints Talking Outhouse? I'm going to leave that with you, and we will come back to that in about 15 minutes. So as I was saying, there were a number of fantastic shows, and it really was the year of the show. After 2021, 2, and being stuck in the basement, this 2023 was really the first time to get out and get into the world and visit with customers and go watching rail fanning. And it started last year with the Railroad Hobby Show. Then off to Colorado twice, once for the Rocky Mountain Train Show, which was amazing. Colorado was so much fun. And then back again for Sparky's YouTube meet and greet. Then it was off to the St. Louis RPM, which was a ton of fun. And then ended the year with the Texas Express in Dallas-Fort Worth. Of those shows, and there were many other little shows in between, and manufacturers pop up like the Otter Valley pop up, all sorts of great events. But of those shows, one stands out in my mind. And I don't like to pick favorites, but honestly, the Railroad Hobby Show was something that I always wanted to go to. It was a bucket list for me. It was something that I actually registered for in 2021, actually was the first year. And obviously 2021 and 2022 didn't happen. So I was so thrilled to make it to the Railroad Hobby Show last January. It was absolutely, as far as I'm concerned, the highlight of the year. And everything that they say about it is true. It really is something, that I couldn't, I was afraid that it was overhyped and, that perhaps I would be underwhelmed by it after hearing so much about it. But it's so much more than anything I'd ever heard. All right, enough of that. Our special guest, I want to bring him up because it's January, because we are, and he'll probably know the dates better than I will, but maybe 3 weeks away, less than 3 weeks away from the show. I am absolutely thrilled and honored to be joined by Mr. John, show director of the Amherst Railroad Society. I'm going to add him in. I'm going to make us side by side. Welcome, John.
Welcome, Dr. Minnie. How are you?
I am black and white. I am wonderful. But no, everything I was saying there, you don't know what it is until you experience it.
Yes, and honestly, people know it now as the bucket list show. You got to go at least once to see that it truly is every bit of what they've been saying. So what I find interesting
so much fun.
Honestly, I don't want to say this too loud because my wife's upstairs, but once the holidays are over, this is my favoriteest time of the year. So,
yeah, I think you're allowed to say that.
Don't get me wrong, but I look forward to this like you wouldn't believe. It is just, it's a lot of work, but it is a blast. I just love doing this. And we've got a show like I've never seen before. This is my 21st year. It's my 22nd show. So what we're finding is, number one, all the hotels are full, and there's a couple of rooms, but you have to dig. I don't have a single table left. 1,500 tables, and every single one, every single one, is full. People will say, John, do you have any tables left? Can I get one more table? No, you really can't. And it's wild. I've just not seen it like this before. So we've got big hopes. We're, knock on wood, hoping for great weather, but that's never stopped us before. We don't close no matter what. And everybody's there. We're all set up. So we'll be there, rain or snow or shine or whatever. So we're really looking forward to it. I've already started looking at Farmer's Almanac and everything. And right now, they're actually saying that weekend looks good. So,
oh, good.
We'll see when we get there, though.
Well, last year, I drove through a blizzard that I was trying to avoid to get down to the show. And the minute I got to the show, it was like 50 degrees and balmy. The sun was out and I was walking around in a t-shirt and the weather was crazy.
We had a great weekend last year. So it worked out really well. So we're looking forward to it this year. I've got some stats for you.
Okay.
I have, there's 371 exhibitors in the show. If you print out the list, it's 7 pages of exhibitors. 51 of the exhibitors have never been before.
So wow.
It's really funny. We sent out 460 contracts and we ended up with 371. Yet the show is totally full. I worry, I was really sweating it for a while. What if everybody sends back contracts? But we kind of pay attention and act like the airlines will overbook a little bit, knowing that some people are going to cancel every year. And boy, this year it turned out perfectly. And I've actually had to add a couple of tables along the edges in a couple of places, making sure the aisles were correct and all of that. But so it's pretty outstanding. And we had in the back of Mallory, for example, which is that biggest building furthest away from you. Dr. Mini. We had 15 to 17-foot aisles. Well, we had to narrow them down to 10. The fire laws say 10. So they're 10, 6, 11. But in the back of Mallory, there are 20 layouts. So it's like in that 155,000 square feet, it's just jam packed. And we used to leave space in the back for people to park trailers, keep them out of the weather. We can't this year. We don't have a space. So interesting stuff. So we're really psyched. And I saw someone just said there was their first time coming to the show. Was it Chris? Maybe.
There's been a number. There's been a number. Yeah. And I think this is the second or third comment I put up for first timers. And I think Artie is coming in from Australia, and I would hazard that this is probably his first time as well. I'm assuming, if he's coming all the way from Australia. And I know Jennifer is coming for the first time. So I think there's going to be a lot of familiar faces, a lot of new faces.
Great. Yeah, we had 6 guys come from the Netherlands last year, and we had a meeting, and they said, "Can we bring our that's, Jennifer, I'm just looking at that. That is a great idea.
It is
first timer party.
They do that at Disney. At Disney, they give you.
Yeah, I love that idea. So Jennifer, you could head that up. Your idea, you could head it up. Call me, and we'll figure out how we're going to do it.
I'll host it. I'll host it in the Miniprints booth.
There you go. See, so interesting. Great ideas come up all the time. So it was interesting. I've totally lost my train of thought about what I was going to say, but it's okay. I saw that great idea, and I said, "Oh, this is so cool." So that's fantastic.
You were talking about all the first timers.
Oh yeah, we had a group from the Netherlands come. Thanks, and they want to bring a layout next year. They figured it was going to take 2 years. They have no idea how to get it over here. And I said, FedEx, they'll ship anything, overnight and whatever. I said, but do it, and we'll make room for you. So interesting stuff. But we've had people from all over the world over the years. I try to find out who's come the furthest, and I know there was a couple of people from Australia there last year. There's a lot of people from the UK, Europe, Netherlands, and so many of our Canadian friends, which I love. There's probably 20 vendors from Canada. So thanks, Anthony. Right now, I was just on NMRX, and they were saying there aren't any train shows. When I said we're the biggest in North America, they said, well, you know what? I'm thinking it's the world. Not me saying that. That was them, because there's not anything larger than 350,000 square feet of just indoor space anywhere that they're aware of. So I don't want to be that crazy, but I know there's nothing bigger in size anywhere in North America. So that's kind of cool.
What are you looking forward to? Either returning vendors. I know you're not allowed to pick favorites, but I know you always have a list of things that you're excited to see, or new people, or what's tickling your fancy.
Your scanning station is one of them. I was just and thanks for putting my slide on there with me being scanned.
That was fun.
In all my weight.
Yeah, that was fun. The funny thing is, I have you right around here. You're always somewhere. I've got a big
here,
one of you, always somewhere
nearby. I have this nearby.
There you go.
There's a few of the ones I haven't painted yet. So there you go.
Yeah, I always have a big one. I don't know where it went, but I've always got a G scale U sitting around somewhere. You tend to hover over my desk.
That's funny. But I'll tell you, the other, couple of other things. Our pre-sales of tickets is almost double what it was last year. And talking with Gordy Robinson, president of NMRA, he said, John, just based on all the buzz, I'm thinking this is going to be a huge show this year. I said, boy, I hope you're right. Because we here's what happens. Here's the background, guys. From the rental of tables, and that basically covers our costs for putting on the show. So the gate is where we get our profit. And what happens with our profit after we pay for our building? We have a headquarters, and we give all that money away in a grant program. And so many people don't know that. And
Yep.
to date, we've given away over $850,000 to other nonprofits that have something to do with railroads. So
Well, you're a not-for-profit, aren't you? Like yourself, you're a not-for-profit.
yes, we are a 501c3
Right.
registered, and we have a formal grant program registered with the federal government. And so we have a period of when you can apply, and then they're awarded and blah, blah, blah. And then we send checks. And it turns out, we used to have a banquet, but we're asking people in the middle of summer to come from so far away. We just said, you know what, maybe we'll do a virtual, and then we'll have someone, and then we'll send you the money. So, because a lot of people come, they send two people to pick up, $5,000, and they spend half of it getting there. So that's not fair. But we thought it would be cool PR, to publicize all of this, but it's not in the best interest of the people receiving the award. So, because we like to err on the side of giving. Yes, Canadian nonprofits are eligible. So anybody is, guys. If you're a nonprofit, we don't care where you are. And honestly, we're trying to expand, because for years it used to be just limited to like New England and maybe, New York and not too far, the Northeast. But we want to be known all over the country. So we welcome everybody, and we've been spreading out. We've been sending some grants as far away as West Coast. So we look forward to it.
If people want to reach you, either to ask questions about the grants or other things, what's the best way for people to get in touch with you? Through the website, or how do you?
Email me or call me. I have no problem with you calling me.
Okay.
And
you
said you're going to take me out of Dr. Mini. You said you were going to take me out of the basement. I am in the basement. So
okay.
I'm, taking me out of the basement. I'm still in the basement, but it's my office. You can see how messy it is behind me. You can see the map for the show. This is just one of the buildings, the BLC, where you're going to be, Dr. Mini.
Yes.
But, anyways, it's all there, and I'm working on it constantly. What happens is I play this game of filling. There he is.
Yeah, there you are. Hang on. I think I have a map.
I have a map. Get over here.
There we go. I've got a map. I've got a map slide here.
Good for you. That's what I was about to do, and you already have it already here. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, we have a really good technical department here. Sometimes it even works.
Yeah, this building, everybody, it's really an odd shape, isn't it? But it just fits on. We'll try to survey it. But this is 135,000 square feet.
Wow!
Just as one building. The other buildings are 55,000, 35,000, and 155,000. So, and we have outdoor space as well. And this year we have a rail bus coming, and it's actually, it looks like a street bus, only it's on rails. It's meant to go on rails with the wheels that flow down, and like a rail car. And I honestly, I don't get around much, so that surprised me. But I said, "Oh, bring it! I can't wait to look at it." So all those cool, unique things, I'm always interested in. And guys, the wait list to get in the show is about 2.5 years.
Wow.
But it's not so much waiting time wise. If you've got an innovative product, you are right at the top of the list. I want to know what's new out there, what's innovative, what's going to really think, whoa, this is so cool. Like the scanning station, Dr. Mini and his scanning station. How cool was that last year? I mean, those spaces filled up in like 2 seconds.
And I've got a new scanner this year. I'm going to bring the old scanner, but I'm going to bring 2 new scanners this year to play with.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah. So there's, we'll try out some new tech.
Yeah. And
now
some
I see we've moved across the building, I see, because we were over by the ATM last year.
Yeah. You were right on the opposite side of where those double arrows are.
That's right.
But there's more. I think
we were down here last year.
There's more traffic there.
Okay.
So So people come in from right below, right where you're circling road. Go, that's where most of the people come in when they're coming from the other building. So you're right near that area.
So people are either going to turn down or turn up.
No, they'll go up. Most people go up.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Tell me about the neighborhood. We're in what, section 50, is it?
You are in section 50, and I'm looking. And right next to you is an art group and a couple of layouts and historical societies, and box cars is right opposite the entrance from you down a little bit. And so there's all kinds of people right smack near you. That large section in the middle, section 24, everybody, is the Amherst Beltlines. That's our own modular club within our membership. And guys will bring their modules, to specifications, of course, and they'll put them all together and they'll create over 8 scale. Human City. Yes, it is right next to the bathroom.
I requested that actually, because you don't have a lot of time. Like when you gotta go, and you gotta be fast.
You know what's funny, and we talk about it not that often, but we actually offer, guys, offer bio break service. And we had a near accident one year. And when you don't realize how crowded the show is, especially on a Saturday when it's 7-8 people deep, and you need to use the restroom, and you're the only one there, and you can't. So we actually, if you call the office, one of our volunteers, floor managers, will actually come and man the booth, and they'll tell people, hey, he's on a bio break, he'll be right back. But they watch your booth while you take a bio break. So we actually offer bio break service for people who come all by themselves. So it's cool.
Hey, do you want to see a world premiere of a movie my son made?
Yes, I saw part 1 just to tease the audience, and I was just hysterical laughing. I told my wife, I said, you gotta come and see this. This is insane. So yes, let's roll it.
All right, let's roll this. I'm gonna get the tab up and running. So full disclosure, my son went to a fantastic high school for 4 years and took a film program and loved it. My son Benjamin, oldest son, he is 18 now. And he liked the film program in high school so much that he's been accepted to a film program in university. So he's going through a 4-year film production program at a university here in Toronto, which is great because Toronto is a really big film center. And this is his work. So full credit to my very talented son, Benjamin. And I'd like to then, let me just get the tab up and running here. And let's see what Dr. Minnie's been up to. Okay, let's see. Hang on. Chrome tab, the return there. All right. And can you see that? Can you see a screen? Let me see. Let's see if I got it up and running. All right, let's hit play. Are you ready? Grab your popcorn. And I got to find where my mouse is. There we go. No, that's year in review. Here we go. And
yeah.
Last time, the ingenious Dr. Mini wowed us by unveiling his groundbreaking shrink ray gun, transforming ordinary folk into miniatures. But what happens when the inventor faces his own creation?
after the last show's success, it's time for a tweak or two, just a minor adjustment.
Oh dear, not what I intended, but perhaps a chance to experience the mini-me service from a smaller perspective.
Experience the magic of being part of your layout. Miniprints Mini-Me 3D body scanning makes it all possible.
With Mini-Me by Miniprints, you too can be part of this extraordinary world. A perfect mini-you.
Dr. Mini is Mini, and you can be too. Join Miniprints at the train show and transform yourself into a miniature you.
All right. do, you, do you think we're having fun here?
We sure are.
The great part about that is that I had to go back, especially when I was making the first one, and watch a lot of those 1950s B movie trailers to get the gist of it. And they're fantastic. Like it makes me want to go back and just watch my way through the 1950s, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and It Came from Outer Space, and all those fantastic movies.
Yeah, some of them are hysterical. I don't see enough of just for time, but Mystery Theater, what is it? Mystery Theater 3000 or something, where they actually are watching those B movies and making fun of them at the same time, which is just
so funny.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
So I guess I'm going to say two things. We should probably let's do this. See if I can add this share screen. Let me go back to this. If anyone would like to get scanned, obviously they can. I think we're about 50% sold out, which is great. And it'll probably fill up very quickly in the next couple of weeks. But miniprints.com/Springfield is where people can sign up. And I wondered, before I guess we say goodbye, I wanted to see if anyone had any questions for you, specifically about the show.
Great. Well, let me also say that you could sign up through our website too. So if you go to railroadhobbyshow.com, one of our flip cards
takes
right you to your sign up as well. So they could, if you happen to be visiting us, you could get to Miniprints.
And what is the website for the show? If people want to go in
too. So just about Amherst Railway Society, guys, that's amherstrail.org. But we have one dedicated just to the show, and that is railroadhobbyshow.com.
Railroad Hobby, I'm just typing it in right now. Show, SHOW.com. Okay, railroadhobbyshow.com. All right, I think did I do that right?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, fantastic. All right, well, the good news is it looks like a lot of people who have joined us tonight, about 80 people that I can see here, a lot of the people are going. So
that's fantastic. I thank you guys for that. I really do. And don't hesitate to stop by. I'm usually walking around, but if you want to stick your head in the office, there's a couple of people that run in the office and say, "Hey, is John in the office?" And just poke your head in and say hello. This is something I really enjoy doing, and especially if you refer back to, "Hey, we were on so and so together, Dr. Mini's show, or Dr. Mini's show together." That'd be fun.
Absolutely. Now, am I going to scan you again this year?
We could compare me and see how much weight I lost or gained compared to last year, but
you're always welcome. You're always welcome to come by.
Shout out to Michelle, and I look forward to seeing you out there, Michelle. It's been a whole year. Same time next year.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, I'm so excited. And Michelle and Jennifer are besties. So Jennifer, who had the idea, Jennifer, who had the idea of the first timers, is coming with Michelle.
Oh, I didn't realize that. See, there's so many people I just don't know enough about. And when I sit and talk with people, that have been in show for as long as I've been around, 20 years, I go, I never know you did that. It just makes me crazy. I wish I had more time to get to know all these people. So,
well, on that note, I will tell you that I cut down the number of scans I'm doing this year by about 50%. Well, maybe 75%. because I want to actually see the show this year. So last year I didn't get out of the booth. This year I'm doing 4 scans. That's it. And I've given myself really large windows to actually experience the show this time.
Wow, that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah, it's so spectacular. I mean, I really felt, as great as it was, I felt that I missed out on a lot of it. I mean, even if you spent, I think, both days there, you still couldn't see the whole thing.
That's very true. I had friends that started at booth 1. They came in from Chicago, and honestly, after about 3 hours, he had spent a ton of money, and he was like at booth 27. They hadn't even gotten
What
out
you
of
need
the
to do.
building.
So here's the idea. It's got to be a 5-day long show.
Well, geez, we have surveys, right? And I talk to the exhibitors. I said, "How do you guys feel about opening at 6:00 on Friday?" And they all go, "John, we're so dead from walking on cement floors for 2 days for 10 hours a day." So it's interesting. I would love to, because
that reminds me, I got to get you my payment for the carpeting.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I think I have notes on that already.
All right. I gotta pay you for that, but carpeting is critical.
Yeah, I agree. It made for a cool little spot for you.
Well, it's important.
I'm making a note again too. So
yeah, I'll send that into the office. Well, thank you so much, John. I'm going to unveil the most popular mini print of last year and show everyone the first mini print of this year. You're more than welcome to hang around in the basement if you'd like. If you need to get going, I suspect this is your busy time. It is.
I do want to see what was most popular, and I'd like to see the new one too. So yeah, stick me back in the basement and carry on. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
No, this was an absolute pleasure. Actually, we can probably do this if you wanna. You wanna hang out on the side?
Sure.
All right. Well, here. Okay, let me go to. Let's see. I never know what the next slide is. Oh yeah, I'll tell you right now. Have you made any New Year's resolutions, John?
No.
No. Model railroaders don't seem to make model railroad resolutions. So I put a poll up on the Mini Prints Facebook page. And I think the last time I looked, this was based on 30 or 40 votes. So I'm not sure how statistically significant it is. But 92% of model railroaders aren't going to make any resolutions. And I'm assuming that when I was asking the question, it was with regards to like model railroad resolutions, not like, I want to, have more beer in my life or, those types of resolutions. So I was going to go through and share everyone's resolutions, but guess what? We're going to go to the next slide because no one makes them anymore. So what do you think the most popular mini print of last year was? Do you think it was my friend Steve looking over the edge of his very flat world? Do you think it was the wood chipper, or do you think it was the outhouse?
I think the coolest one is the guy looking over the edge. I thought that was pretty innovative.
Okay, well, you're very good because it's kind of a trick question. They're all the most popular in different categories. So you are right. The one that actually sold the most number of units was the first one, the guy looking over the edge. So he was by far the most popular mini print of the year. So if you look at actual sort of number of mini prints that went out the door, we call it over the edge number 1, edge 1, Steve. He was the absolute most popular. Interestingly, for the biggest seller, it was the Mini Sounds Talking Outhouse. So that was a pre-order, and that was something that I did with ITLA and Iowa Scaled Engineering, where they made a sound card for an outhouse. And you can imagine, use your imagination. And then I did a fan favorite category where people just voted on like their most popular. And the winner was the wood chipper.
Huh.
So all 3 won in different categories. But this wood chipper was beautifully painted by Mike H.O. Trains, who is here tonight. And he does all of the painting. So I'm offering mini prints painted now. and in certain categories. So I'm adding all the objects. And if you want to, you can get something pre-painted, and Mike does all the painting. And
Wow.
the wood chipper is just spectacular.
Mm.
What about the first mini print of the year? You interested? I think this one's really fun. So the first mini print model of the year, you know those old marquee signs?
Oh.
Yeah. So a really talented modeler, a guy named Jay from JSK, came up with this fantastic, it's basically like one of the 4-foot by 8-foot marquee signs.
Mm.
And I hollowed it out, printed it in one of the white transparent resins. And then I thought I'd have a little fun. And I started to come up with little signs on transparencies, and they slide right in. So the way this is built, this is HO scale. So the way it's built is there's a lip at the top and a lip at the bottom. And I've printed these things out on acetate. And I've done things like think small, make your model railroad layout come alive, open, I like trains. Of course, the good old C-Tracks, think train, Operation Lifesaver. And I'm looking for new ideas, more ideas. So what I want to do, and I'm going to list this tomorrow, is I will, people will get the unpainted or the painted, it's up to what people want, sign. But if anybody wants like a customized, little, like actually like Springfield Show or Amherst Show, we could do one that says, model railroad show or whatever. I'll do like a little custom insert for the sign for them. So that's going to be the first mini print of the year. It's kind of fun, huh? I've never seen one before in HO scale. So yeah, Sparky says we should do one that says Amherst, January 27th, 28th. Maybe that's the next one I'll do, and I'll post that on the website.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that'd be
That's
nice.
not a bad one. Yeah.
Good idea, Sparky.
Yeah. Hey, Sparky. Always thinking. So that's the first model, and it'll be really fun. You can light it yourself, Steve. So Muskoka Steve's wondering if it'll be lit. Muskoka Steve, by the way, welcome. Muskoka Steve is the model for Over the Edge. So I scanned Muskoka Steve. He's the guy who's looking over the abyss.
Great.
So you won the year, Muskoka Steve. Your prize is in the mail. So I wasn't going to include the LED specifically, but certainly that can be an option. I can include the LED for it, whether or not you want it lit or not. So what else do we have? Oh yeah, so this was kind of fun. I don't think the audio is going to play, but this is, I don't know if you know the Second Section podcast. This was a little video they put together. This is the mini prints outhouse in action, and you press the button on his layout, and you probably can't hear the sounds, which is probably a good thing, but it plays a random selection of about 8 completely inappropriate sounds with specific sayings like, oh, thank God, here comes the caboose. That's one way to unload freight, and other things that you might hear in an outhouse. Exactly. Because at Mini Prints, we're not shy. And I was really thrilled to see that Nick from ITLA was on the broadcast because I don't know. You've had ITLA at the show before, haven't you, John?
Oh God, yeah. I am a major fan of Nick's work.
Isn't it spectacular?
They actually ran a kit for us a few years back.
And he's here. He was lurking. He was probably he was probably running the laser. I caught his attention.
Yeah, and I look forward to seeing this in person. I'm afraid to go. I told him I was afraid to go over there because I know what's going to happen if I see this.
Oh, yeah.
And head over there.
Well, this is super exciting. So I'm all about collaborations. So this year, Nick and I are not too far away from each other. We're about an hour and a half from each other. And I got to visit his place for the first time this year and almost touch the car that Sir Rod touched. I saw the fingerprints on the layout anyway, and play with some of the models. And the thing that you probably don't know is that Nick, ITLA, has a spectacular basement layout. Like, his layout is absolutely gorgeous. It's magazine worthy. So I love doing collaborations. And this 2023 was a year of collaborations. Did one with Home Shops and, of course, the Outhouse with ITLA and Iowa Scaled Engineering. But this was also a kit that we did a number of 3D printed custom detail pieces for. So I'm really excited to see this kit. It's going to be spectacular. And if you go to the ITLA site, I think if I get this right, there's some pre-orders, and I think there's still a few left. I know that it's been selling like crazy, but if you want one of these, act soon, act now. Yeah, that's a very good question. How does Nick have enough time to work on his layout? I don't know how any of us, I know I don't. So the modules that I brought last year to the show are exactly the same as the modules I brought last year. I have not. So this year's modules have not evolved. So I guess I've got, how many days do I have to work on my modules? Probably what? 20, something like that.
Yeah, 24.
24 days to get the modules up and running. Okay. Well, there's a goal. And Nick says he doesn't. Alrighty. Well, that's really about it for what's new from Miniprints. Yeah, at this point in the show, I usually like to go about an hour because I know that there are shows on after this one. I do want to let everyone know that they can always reach out on the Facebook page or the Miniprints Modelers group. And for the very first time, something new and exciting is happening on Wednesdays. So do you know Heath from Humanity Junction or Human City? Never know how to say that. He used to go live Tuesday nights. So there's a whole group of, us that do different nights. Heath has moved to Wednesday night. So he used to be on the night before I would go live because I always go live the first Wednesday of the month. Heath is now 9:00 tonight. So I'll get off in a few minutes. That'll give everyone time to grab a snack or have a beer or go to the bathroom or whatever. And then an hour from now, everyone can come back, and I hope I'll be home by then, to watch Heath go live. Heath says that he might want to check his own show out at 9:00 Eastern tonight. So that might be fun. So I guess before I wrap things up, let's give you the last word, John.
Well, the last word, I appreciated that, first of all. And just come and see me, everybody. Come and see me. Stick your head in the door and say, hey, John, I saw you. I was with you on Dr. Minnie's show. It'd be fun to see you.
All right. I cannot wait to bump into everyone. There is, I think there are a few things that are going to go on at the Miniprints booth. I have, for the first time this year, I've got a friend coming by to do some clinics in my booth. So some little sort of like with Miniprints, like he's building a little diorama with Miniprints right in my booth, which will be kind of fun. And we're going to do a YouTube meet and greet, which we did last year in the booth. And I'm thinking Saturday at noon or Sunday at noon or both. So there's going to be lots going on, and I can't wait to bump into you And bump is, as Heath says, bump is the right word because there are going to be so many people. We're all going to be bumping into each other. I can't wait to see you in a couple weeks. All right. Take care, John.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. All right.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody.
All right. Bye. Well, everyone, that was kind of fun, wasn't it? Wasn't that fantastic? Thank you so much for joining the first Mini Prints monthly live of the year. The next one will be, oh, I've got my December calendar up. Uh-oh. I don't have a 2024 calendar. If anyone would like to send me a very cool model railroad 2024 calendar, I think I need one. I don't even know what's the first Wednesday in February. That would be the 7th. Wednesday the 7th will be the next Mini Prints monthly live. Thank you for joining. I hope that I will bump into all of you that are going to the show. I don't know, do I get an NMRA? I don't think they have that in Canada. Will you give me one, Heath, at the show? Anyway, I desperately need calendars and stickers. If you would like to send me a sticker, you can. I should probably put that slide up. How do I do that? Here we go. You can send me a sticker that I will put on my fascia at 163 Sterling Road, Unit 12C, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, M6R 2B2, if you'd like to send me a sticker. And I will post the intro video of the year in review and the B-movie video to the YouTube page. And I guess I will see everyone either at the show, online, or next month for the first Wednesday of the month. And thank you, everyone. That was a fun first show. Tune back in 1 hour, 9 o'clock for Sparky's, so not Sparky, Heath's first Wednesday. No, they're all there. It's just an old picture. Everybody's sticker is still there. And there are 4 sides to a layout. Everybody, don't worry. Your stickers are there. They're just on different sides. And thank you, Jennifer. I'm so excited. I didn't know you were coming to the show, but it's going to be absolutely great. And we'll give the last word to Music, Trains, and Books, who has said Happy New Year, which is how this whole thing started. And we will echo with, I really wish, my wish is that everyone has a healthy, happy, and wonderful 2024 filled with health, happiness, friends, family, and of course, lots and lots of modeling. Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.